It's already hot. You got to wake up early in the morning in Florida if you want any cool weather, or obviously late at night. It does cool down. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you about this numerical patterns of Jayson Tatum here. Um, let's see. So check out my blog here. Let me show you my blog. Uh, the Lions Den using geometry to reveal the false reality in which we live in. So Boston Celtics Jayson Tatum responding to Kevin Durant's trade speculation says, "I love our team." Doesn't wear GM hat. And in gematria or gematria, they're always looking for that. Um, what was it? That emphasized word. I love our team. Okay. As speculation surrounding Kevin Durant's future continues to hover over the NBA, Boston Celtics star swingman Jayson Tatum. Notice how they make stars. Like all of a sudden you're a star. Like I noticed that about Jayson Tatum a few years ago, that all of a sudden he was appearing on a potato chip bag. And I was like, huh, I guess they're grooming him to be a star, you know? So Jayson Tatum made it clear that as much as he respects Durant's game, he's happy with how his team stands. I played with Durant during the Olympics, Tatum says, Tuesday night, prior to the premiere of the Showtime documentary Point Gods. Obviously, he's a great player, but that's not my decision. I love our team. I love the guys that we got. So, saying everything you need to say, right? Well, it's interesting because the gematria of I love our team and Boston Celtics is 156. So isn't that interesting? Is anybody on this live stream? Can anybody hear me? But isn't that interesting? I love our team, Boston Celtics, both 156. And it happened with 156 days left in the year. And I was like, huh. And, you know, I wouldn't have gone any further. I was like, this is interesting. I haven't really decoded a whole lot lately. I was like, but this is interesting. What is this saying? You know, July 28th, 28, a perfect number, one of very few perfect numbers, right? There's 6, there's 28, and then got 296 or something just off the top of my head. Perfect numbers are very rare. So I'm like, huh. You know, on a day, okay. So then I said, well, what does 156 remind me of? And it's like, well, 33. If you write out 33, it equals 156. It's like, all right, that's interesting. You know what? I'm going to come back to that. But Celtics equals 35. And I was on a day with 35 numerology. Let's talk about the Celtics. So let's look at Jayson Christopher Tatum Sr. He's born March 3, or 3/3. This man is a walking 3-3. He's an American professional basketball player for the Boston Celtics. Da-da-da-da-da. See, born March 3rd in St. Louis, Missouri. He's 6'8" and 210 pounds. So let's look at his birthday, including the end date, to when this was announced. 148 days. I was like, huh. So is this, you know, obviously racial shaming here? But there's another thing that came up. If you write out 33 in Jewish, it equals 148. I'm like, well, that is just interesting. This happened on the 148th day of his age, right? Jayson Tatum, who is, do the math, he's 24. He's 24 this year. What's the reflection of 24? Anyway, I'll get back to that because it's this word, right? 148 equals the N word. And then I'm thinking, you know, and right, he's 24, the reflection of 42. So is that what this is about? Maybe. But look at Jayson Tatum. He's a 42 as well. This is why he's picked for stardom, right? He's got the 42 number. Jason's 30. Get into that. That's the N word as well. So it's a walking 33. He was born on 3-3 on a day with 33 numerology. Look at that. 3 plus 3 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 is 8 is 33. I didn't even know that before. It's like, wow. Not only was he born on March 3rd, born on a day with 33 numerology, with 303 days left in the year, or 33. Like, what? He's a walking 33, this man. We know the significance of this number. Then I looked at his full name, and it equals 137, which is the 33rd prime number. Holy shit bars. And then Jayson Tatum equals 33. Not only that, but Jayson equals 33. And Tatum equals 33. I'm not exaggerating. This man is a walking 33. And he plays for the Boston Celtics, which equals 66. See if I have internet. My internet's kind of spotty. Okay. Let's see. Boston Celtics. When you punch in Boston Celtics. Forgive the primitiveness here. This also happened on a day with 77 numerology, and Boston is 77. And what's the 77 number? Theater number. So Boston Celtics, 66, right? And Jayson Tatum is 33. 33. If you write out 33, it equals 66 as well. If you spell it correctly. All right. So it also equals 160, which is interesting because the N word equals 60. So isn't that crazy, right? This walking 33. So now I was like, Durant is 33 years old right now. There's Kevin Durant. It's funny, he's linked with Jaylen Brown now. You know, maybe they'll trade Jaylen Brown, and they both wear the same number. Both wear number 7. Can't see here, but he does. Kevin Wayne Durant, or KD, right, as they like to call him, born September 29th, 1988. The year I graduated from high school. And he's 240 pounds. It's hard to believe, really. I mean, the guy's a string bean. Let's look at his stats. Wow. So he averaged 29.9 points a game. Isn't that crazy? 29.9 points a game. And he was born on September 29th, or 29/9. That is crazy. And then he's 7.4 rebounds per game, or 74. And Kevin equals 74. I'll show you if my internet is working. I'm at the Cracker Barrel. Kevin, 74, also 61. He's listed at 6'10". I think it's fascinating, the overlay of these. And the 6.4, actually, I did encounter that number. I think it was his, if we do his date duration. You do his date duration. Hold on a second. Pop up. Getting on the guest. No, I don't want that. Okay. So his birthday is 9/29. And this news happened on the 28th. And it's happened on, so look at the 64 I was talking about. You include the end date, it's 64 days till his next birthday. And he averaged 6.4 assists. What was that? 6.4 assists per day. That must be a coincidence. I mean, that's just crazy. And then if you say, well, from his last birthday, which would be in 2021, it was 303 days. This happened on the 303rd day of his age, or 33, and he's 33 years old. Isn't that interesting? But I have a slide on that, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So then Durant is 74 as well in Jewish. 74, we all know that number. Gematria, Jewish 74, Jesus 74. And then, so this is what I was doing before. This happened on the 33rd year of his age, the 303rd day from when he was born. Wow. And Jayson Tatum, of course, the walking 33. So Tatum and Durant's birthday are 30 weeks apart. Exactly. This year, at least. I should check for both of their years. Let's see. 1988. 3. And he was born in 19. Oh, wait. He was born in 1998. Wow, one was born in 88 and one was born in 98. So they're 9 years and 156 days apart. Wow. There's that 156. They're 9 years and 156 apart. 344. Or if you don't include the end date, it's 3442. So interesting about the number 9, they're 9 years apart. And when you write out 9, it equals 42. And actually 66 too. So just like 33, they're 9 years apart. 9 years. 47. 156 days. 100. I don't know why I'm doing this. 56 days. Wow, look at that. 187. Site of Jesus number. 160 or 16. If you write out 16, it equals 33 and 42. But that's the Society of Jesus number. Also a death number. And I thought this was interesting. Hold on a second. Society of Jesus. 187. Also Celtics 79. What's one of the most successful teams in the NBA? The Celtics with 17 championships. Celtics. I don't know what I was thinking. Boston. Is it? What's 79? I'm not sure what I was thinking there. All right. So let's get back on course here. We took a little sidetrack. So 30 weeks, they're exactly 30 weeks apart. And I don't know if that bared that out in this. On the calendar, they're 30 weeks. They're 491 weeks on this. And 6 days. So, also the N word is 30. Right? N word 30. And let's get back to this. So, from his birthday, Kevin Durant's birthday, to this news is exactly 406 months. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. 406, 46. Where have I seen this before? Where have I seen this before? And then I was like, oh, wait. Celtics 46 or 406, 46. And isn't Joe Biden the 46th president? If he's really president at all. So, is there anything I was going to check? That's kind of it. This documentary, I think it's called Point Gods. Let's take a look at this documentary here. Why are they mentioning it? Point Gods, right? Think about that. NYC Point Gods. So here it is. That's the official name of it, I guess. Point Gods. Who's the God? It's not God. So look at these numbers. Wow. Foundational number 47. Of course, 56 we've seen all year long. 119. All-seeing eye. And 56 is that. So it said NYC Point Guards. And 163, the 38th prime. That's death number, murder number. 71 Celtics number. So it's 83 minutes. It's on Showtime. There's a trailer.
A New York City point guard will give up his girl and his chain before he give up his dribble. They will call him a young Mozart.
And he was just smooth. You know what I mean? It was like string music.
Praise be the orchestrators, the maestros of the tempo, the ones who made the pavement more precious. From Brooklyn to left crack, from Far Rock to Blacktop to Uptown to the beat. Heck, nobody want to guard the point.
The point guard in basketball is the floor general. To be a New York City point guard, you must have toughness.
They push you, they foul you. You can't call no foul. You went at each other's heads.
Everybody got shook.
Handle!
No girl can guard me. I dribble the air out the ball if you wanted me to.
And showmanship.
What?
When you from New York and you shake somebody in the crowd, go, that's like 5-6 points in our brain.
It wasn't just move. It was your sneakers. It was your shorts. It was your haircut. The whole mentality was like somebody did it like this. I'm gonna do it. This was iller.
Y'all New York dudes is crazy.
When I say legendary, a move is named after him. What we're seeing was cultural resilience.
We revolutionized this game with our influence.
New York City playground basketball grew up on a global scale.
Hip-hop, fashion, combined together.
Style, swag, charisma. It's New York City at its finest.
Make it here, anywhere else is just practice. Paradise compared to a paradise. Yo, I swear it's something in the water.
All right, looks actually kind of good. How do I get out of this? All right, here we go. So, I don't know how long that video was. It was 1:35.
I heard Pat Riley like, come on, let's.
So, it's this idolization of sports athletes, point gods. And, the artistry is amazing, obviously, right? Point gods. The artistry is really quite incredible, really. I mean, the way these guys can dribble, the ballet of basketball, and that is interesting. Unfortunately, when they reach this other level, and it probably starts in high school where they start looking at these guys, recruiting them for college and recruiting them. I remember in high school, these not college recruiters, but military recruiters around. And so it's easy for me to think, well, if some guy is flashy, right, and he's playing really well, then they're going to look at him and groom him to be, in the game. So that's my thing about Jayson Tatum. I think I was done with it. Let me see. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I wanted to do. I'm going for a while here. Let's show. So the huge quote that he had. Obviously, he's a great player, but that's not my decision. I can make this bigger here. Obviously, he's a great player, but that's not my decision. I love our team. I love the guys that we got, and that equals 420 or 42. Kind of like Jayson Tatum, kind of like the N-word. He's 24, And then in Chaldean, which is not used as much but is important, look at that. 303, that same quote, or 33. So is this trade going to happen? I don't know. We can look at trade talk. It keeps people interested, right? Look, trade is 33 as well. That's why. And we're talking about his friend. Well, his friend. Trade spectacular. Speculation they're talking about. Speculation. This is all to get people to watch and pay attention to the NBA. Trade speculation also 66. Like Boston Celtics. Remember we were talking about that before? What about his GM hat? Remember he said he was wearing a GM hat? He doesn't wear the GM hat. 22 like Boston. GM hat. And of course, Brad Stevens is the GM. Right? He would be one of the people making this decision, or at least supposedly. Brad Stevens. Let's look at Brad Stevens, shall we? If we have internet here. Bradley Stevens. Oh, here we go. Bradley Kent Stevens. Maybe it's easier if you're looking at me. So, Brad Stevens, Bradley Kent Stevens, born October 22nd, 1976. October 22nd. Let's look at that. Oops, I don't know what I'm doing here. October 22nd. Okay. So news happened on the 28th. We're over analyzing this, aren't we? And this happened 86 days before his birthday. Let me show you. 86 days before his birthday, and happened on the... Oh, look at that. Interesting. There's always something interesting here. 280 days, or 28, exactly 40 weeks. On the 40th week of his age, this happened. On the 40th week of his age, and 40 is a number associated with the N-word. Bradley, what was his name again? Bradley Kent. Bradley Kent Stevens. Wow, his name equals 86. Interesting. Bradley Kent Stevens equals 86. And what else was 86? Oh, right, it was 86 days till his birthday. So 40 weeks, and that's the N-word in Jewish. Oops. And Jewish is a pretty relevant cipher, I would think. I don't know which one it's in. It's in the, yeah. So yeah, 286 days if it's this year, or 87 if you count the day. You can do either one. So 86 days. Where did I see that 86 before? Mm-mm. I don't know where I saw it. I didn't see it anywhere. You know, trade is 87, isn't it? Yeah, trade's 87. So it happened on the 87th day, 87 days before his birthday. Trade. Will it be a trade? I don't know. Go look at his last name, Stevens. Stevens is 40, and it was 40, exactly 40 weeks. That's probably more likely than the N-word. Anywho, so this has been my live stream, and yeah, talk to you guys later, and peace out. Much love.